what's up, y'all? It's MMA Analyst here to do my recap for UFC live on Versus 2, Jones versus Matyushenko. Long, kind of confusing exactly what it's called. I guess I could go to Wikipedia and get that all figured out, but whatever, y'all. Let's get right down to it. Good night of fights. I got destroyed, y'all. This is the first time in a while that I had such a bad record for a card. I think I went 4-6 losing record. I'd barely even go 50-50. I always, oh man, it's bad. But yo, it don't matter. It's not about getting them right or wrong. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I failed. Check this out. Jones versus Matyushenko. All right, what did we learn from this fight? A lot of people thought Jones was going to win. A lot of people thought he was going to do his thing. And then we were like, I was thinking, what is Jon Jones' thing? And from what I see now, let's put it like this. This is Jon Jones' thing. He comes out, uses his slow, long, what's that cat's, the praying mantis style arms to just kind of do his thing. And he moves around, and then he'll throw some kind of a strike, and he'll move around. He'll throw a spinning back kick, then he'll move around. He'll, maybe throw a kick. Use some nice head movement. Just let you know, I know what I'm doing on the feet. And then as soon as you say, all right, let's stand, he goes, bam, takedown. Then when he gets the takedown, he goes, all right, you know what? This isn't the best position for me. Let's try and pass the guard. Or let's try and break the guard open with some strikes. In situations like with Brandon Vera, that's all it takes. Bow, broke the guy's face all up. Brandon Vera, looked like the Elephant Man. But in this situation, let's pass the guard, side control. You know what? Side control is still not good enough. I want to get crucifix. Okay, cool. Now let me just lock this up. Let me lock this up. And then he goes, bow. And the bow is basically, he goes from 0 in aggression and speed to 100. And he just goes, to the point where he's throwing 8 elbows a second. And that's what he does. He does his one area of the fight game, stand up, move in, maybe a spinning back kick, maybe a spinning back elbow, maybe a spinning back fist, whatever, but he goes for that takedown. So other than, pretty much solidifying that's how Jon Jones works for now. He can change it up. He's only 23. Other than that, we didn't really learn much from him. We pretty much all thought Jon Jones was going to win. Jon Jones did win. It was in the first round. It was quick. He took no damage. He looked very impressive doing it. And it still doesn't answer any questions about exactly who can Jon Jones beat at the top. If we think about who can Jon Jones fight next, I would like to see him fight somebody like Forrest Griffin, basically just outside of top 5. Shogun, I don't think he can beat him, but Shogun's fighting, well, right now he's fighting injuries and, the gods, just whoever's in control of his knees and stuff. But he's supposed to be fighting Rashad. Rashad, by the way, Jon Jones said he would never fight him. They were like, well, what if Dana said you had to fight Rashad? He was like, look, man, you can't make somebody fight somebody. There's so many ways around it. You could fake an injury, so if he's willing to say you could fake an injury to get out of a fight with his own sparring partner and training partner and somebody who's helping him out, we know he's serious. Those guys aren't fighting. So he's not going to fight Rashad. Doesn't matter anyways because Rashad's supposed to be fighting Shogun. Machida is fighting Rampage, but I don't want to see him fight Machida or Rampage yet, although out of those 4 names I mentioned, the most interesting outside of title shots would be against Rampage. So I don't want to see him fight those 4 guys at this moment. Anderson Silva, obviously, he's back doing his thing, 185. There's nothing that makes any real sense in having that fight happen. So really, Vitor Belfort at 205, I don't know. Vanderlei Silva, no. Maybe if Dana White really wants to be that way and be like, all right, Chuck, you want to fight? Okay, Chuck. All right, Chuck. Have it your way. You want to be a fighter? Okay, let's go. Jon Jones, let's do this, passing of the torch thing legitimately and have Jon Jones go out there and just smash on Chuck Liddell. But I don't think Dana would do that. So I think right now when I look at fights, I see maybe Lil Nogueira, who John Jones turned down that fight because it was a short notice thing, or Forrest Griffin. Basically, that's what's interesting to me at this point. Matyushenko, experience doesn't win fights a lot of times. And it is what it is. Still a good fighter, but, not top 10. His best years are behind him. Mark Munoz versus Yushin Okami. Wow. Man, Yushin Okami did his thing. He basically said no. That was what he said. The whole fight was Yushin Okami just saying no. You want to try and hit me? No. Except for once. Then I'll just, I'll be all right. What about takedowns? No. After I stuff your takedowns, giving you another shot? No. He just said no. The whole fight. And every now and then he'd throw a punch and he'd just be like, no. No. And then stuff takedowns. So that's what he was doing. Just shutting down Munoz, denying Munoz the entire fight. And Munoz was basically on his side saying, damn, I want to get in here, but I'm going to just do these cheesy ass shots that normally work. And they're not working right now, and I can't get close enough. And anytime I do get anything, it's just my fingertips are just around the back of the dude's leg. He's already sprawled out completely. There's no takedown here. And he just got completely shut down. How on earth did a referee or a judge give give 2 rounds to Munoz? That's disgusting, y'all. I mean, that's gross. I mean, this should not be like I was talking to somebody, my boy Evan, and he was like, yo, man, that's just a part of the game, unfortunately. And that's right. It shouldn't be a part of the game. When somebody like Yushin Okami in this fight does what he did to Mark Munoz, for any judge to go, you know what, I give rounds X and X to Munoz, and therefore Munoz is the winner of the fight. How could anybody say Munoz won that fight? That's terrible. Damn, it's just ridiculous. I mean, somebody out there, devil's advocate, you tell me, what 2 rounds could you possibly? I know you could give round 2 to Munoz, but what other round could you possibly give to Mark Munoz, where basically all he's doing the entire round is getting stuffed? I don't know what that is. Congrats to Okami. He could get a title shot because of this. Basically, he did his thing before, won 4 fights in a row, fought Rich Franklin, lost. Won a few fights, fought Charles Sonnen, lost, and now I think he's won maybe 3 fights in a row now. There's not many guys at 185 to really, challenge Anderson Silva. So, he's already got his win, quote unquote, asterisk. He's already got that win over him. So let's try and maybe set that up in the future, UFC. John Howard versus Jake Ellenberger. Man, Ellenberger basically did, what he does is takedowns, and he was able to get them repeatedly, and the damage. I don't know if the damage is always what he usually does, but he definitely was able to get the takedowns. I just thought that John Howard was going to catch him because I know Ellenberger is catchable, but John Howard was not able to really get him. By time, it was real early when he had that, mouse, and then Joe Rogan said it was a rat, and then after that it was like an evolution where it just completely evolved, maybe into just another animal, a raccoon on that dude's face. That people might think that was racist in a way, because you know what, I'm not even gonna let that get out there. Look, the point is, his eye was effed up and it was too late. So good job, Jake Ellenberger. John Howard, tough luck. Any of those 2 guys ever contending anytime soon? No. Any of those 2 guys ever top 10 anytime soon? No. Next, Tyson Griffin versus Takanori Gomi. Man, every now and then you pick a fight and you really want to be wrong. Yes. Yeah, I'm happy to be wrong about this one, y'all. Gomi, man. Thank you, dog. Thank you. So I guess Tyson Griffin sucks, and he was never that good. I guess that's what this means. And everybody Tyson Griffin ever beat, they were all never that good. Because Takanori Gomi was just a pride guy. And he was just a pride guy fighting other pride guys. And they were all subpar. and none of them were any good. And if they ever came to the UFC, they would all get smashed against guys like Tyson Griffin. That's what that means. Everybody sucks. Obviously, that's not the case. Thank you, Takanori Gomi, for doing what you've been doing. I still don't know why he wants to come out here and throw so many body punches. It's not boxing, and body punches in boxing is a big thing because you get in and you're close and you're up against the ropes and you're just softening up the body and bam, bam. And after 10 rounds, a guy's just like, oh, I'm dying down there. But in MMA, body punches for the most part are long punches that leave your whole body extended, your face exposed, and you might hit the end of a couple knuckles on the other dude's midsection, which he's been training for a long time, and it will likely have no effect on the fighter. And he's still doing that. I'm not sure why, but hey, it don't matter. He knocked dude out. When you fall face first into anything, look, if you fall face first and you don't try and protect your nose or your teeth, then you were out. Yeah, that's how you know when things are fake. When people are like, oh, I just fainted. And they put their hands up at the last moment because they know I'm awake still and let me just protect my face from getting smashed. He basically was like, bow. And he woke up from the second shot and his hands were just out by his side. He had no control. He was out. Takanori Gomi, great job, man. Great job. Tyson Griffin, don't get it twisted. He is a top fighter. He is top 10 in my opinion. If he's not top 10, he's number 11. So Tyson Griffin is a tough guy. Up until now, he had only lost to Frank Edgar, that was back in the day, who was the current champ, whether you believe it won that fight or not. Sean Shirk, who was also the light heavyweight champ for a while. Evan Dunham, who is an up-and-comer guy that shows a lot of ability. I did pick him, by the way. And Takanori Gomi, who, it is what it is. Good job, Takanori Gomi. You made the whole night for me. On the undercard, we didn't get to see Jacob Volkman beat Paul Kelly. What? 3 rounds to nothing. What? Jacob Volkman said, no, I'm coming out here. I'm doing my thing. Good job, Jacob Volkman. I mean, it's crazy, but, this guy's actually winning some in the UFC. Congrats. Matt Riddle took out DeMarcus Johnson. That's the one on this card where I was like, you know what, just go with the other guy. And that was the one, and damn, I didn't do it, but whatever. Igor Pakrajak defeated James Irvin. I think James is gone from the UFC. He needs to go fight Houston Alexander in Shark Fights 4. Brian Stan beat Mark Macenzio. Congrats. Darren Elkins, we saw that, ran out and got a takedown, and that was the worst thing he ever could have done. 41 seconds later, he got tapped out. And Rob Kimmons over Steve Steinbeiss. Pretty good night of fights. We got to see 5 of them. Yeah, John Jones. How real is he? I would say right now, if I had to, let's see how much time I have before I just go out of control. 13 minutes. All right, look. If I got to say where does John Jones sit at the light heavyweight division, I won't say exactly where he is. I'll just say who I have above him. I have Shogun above him, Machida above him, Rashad above him. Rampage is above him just because he's above him. If they fought, man, I might actually pick John Jones. I got Anderson above him at 105. There's 5 cats right there. But I don't really know who else I'd pick above him. King Mo's at 105. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's a tough one. John Jones, we need to see more. We need to see a step up in competition. A perfect step up would be a Rich Franklin or a Forrest Griffin, in which I think Forrest Griffin would get smashed. Something like that. We'll see. Rich Franklin's injured for a while. Forrest Griffin's out to 2011. I don't know. There's not much to do with John Jones. You just got to figure something out because we need to see some more. I'll be back bright and early, and by bright and early, I just mean I won't do it the second last day. Maybe I will, but I'm definitely going to get something done earlier than the day of for UFC 117. Awesome card. Like I said, UFC 117's, bracket, you've been talking for like 8 months, and now we'll see really what's going down. So MMA, it's important, y'all. Peace.